right. How is everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry I'm late. We had a little technical difficulty there getting set. If you can hear me and everything looks clean and smooth, drop a 1 in the chat. We are live. Yeah, there's Luke. There's Michael. How you guys doing today? Who else is here? Everybody drop a 1 in the chat real quick. We are, in this live stream, we are going to dive into the markets. Hey, Michael. Hey, Guy. Oh, so glad everybody's here. We're just going to dive into the markets today. What happened with my trade on AMD was, hey, Samuel, I actually didn't get triggered. I'm going to go over that AMD day trade today, and then I'm going to dive into the markets so that we can take a peek at the E-mini S&Ps. We're going to take a look at the Nasdaq, and then we'll also look at the Dow at the futures chart /YM. We'll take a look at those and just sort of wrap things up. I thought maybe we could do this before the market closes. That way we can watch the market, the closing bell, and we can just answer any questions. Yes, I will bring TLRY up. We can look at that. I know it's been going bonkers. It's pot stock landia here. Samuel, how are you? I'm good. Okay, so why don't we just dive into things? I'm actually going to pop over to the charts here, and let's transition here. Hopefully that's looking pretty clear for everybody. Let's see. Just going to make one quick adjustment real quick. Apologize. Hang tight 1 second, just getting comments up so I can see what everybody is saying. And if you guys do have any questions, or gals have questions, just drop them in the chat. I'm just bringing up my comments right now so I can see everything. All right, we should be good to go here. All right, let's look at, sorry about that. Funny how the second I go live, everything starts acting a little funny. All right, let's dive into things. So let's go ahead and make sure, okay, stream looks good. All right, we're gonna dive over. Hey Rod, it's good to see you as well. Sorry for the craziness here. There we go. Okay, we are up and running. So we've got 13 people right now, and I just want to keep things nice and smooth here. So let me get this set up. All right, there we go. We're ready to go. Okay, so diving into the charts today, let's just start off with AMD. I'm going to flip over to the 15-minute chart. I felt bad because I didn't have a video for you guys today because I actually didn't take a trade. So what happened today on AMD, if I zoom this in, so here's today's action on AMD, 15-minute charts, and something that happened this morning that I wanted to point out, because if any of you saw it, you were probably wondering, how is he going to trade this, what's going to happen? And that was this candle here. That last 15-minute candle just randomly threw this huge wick in and put in a low of 90.87. And like many of you, I was asking myself, oh, great. So now that's my entry low. I'll get short below this low, but it's really extended down there. So I was looking at the pre-market activity, and I thought, that wick might have revealed some information to me. By it pushing down here and bouncing off that level, it just gave me a little bit of insight that this after-hours activity may be strong enough to create a bounce. And we also had a lot of touches on the lows of the day before. So I just said I'm going to stick to my mechanics. I'm going to still trade below the low because I was tempted to just switch it and maybe go below the low of this candle. Not play by my normal mechanics, but get short below this low. But I thought, I got to stay with my mechanics so that I'm not changing, I'm not mixing up the variables. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. So I got short, or was trying to get short below this low, but you can see that first 15-minute candle was all over the place. And here's the good thing. By trading to the short side, I didn't get triggered in the upside. This would have been a 1R loser. And we never got triggered on the short. And you might be saying to yourself, okay, but what about here when you got triggered, or here? And the answer to that is, and a lot of you know this, I only trade the first 15-minute candle. So if I don't get triggered in the first 15 minutes at 9:45 Eastern, I cancel out my trades and I don't take it. So I did not get short today. That was AMD, and that's really all it was. It was just sort of an unfortunate sort of bounce around, doing a whole lot of nothing. So I don't know, did anybody trade AMD? If you did, drop it in the chat. I just want to hear what you guys worked on today. In the meantime, I'm going to switch over to the daily chart. And let's just take a look at the ES today. Because I don't know if you were all watching the charts the whole day, but at one point we started in the morning, we pushed up nice and hard, and you can see that by evidenced by this wick. And then all of a sudden I was watching my portfolio and everything just cooled off. Everything just dropped at the same time, pushed down, and then we sort of rebounded. So we did hold, these are just some moving averages that I keep on my chart, on my toss charts, just as sort of visuals. This is the 5-day, this is the 10-day, and this is the 50-day. So I just kind of keep those on to just to be able to orient myself. And we did hold the 5-day moving average, which is super interesting. Sammy, you traded AMC. Let's hop over there real quick. So there's the ES, E-mini S&P futures. We are going to hold a doji. Slow day yesterday, slow day today. I don't know what that means. What do you guys think? What do you guys and gals think is going to happen moving into the next couple days? Do you think we're going to pull back? And if we do, you know, are we gonna hit this level, like right here? You know, we've got some moving averages below us, but if I put this line in right here, it's sort of, you know, we had some possibility of a little support underneath us. We've got moving averages underneath us. Are we going to kind of bounce and keep going, or are we going to start to see that correction? Let's hop over to AMC real quick. Samuel said he traded AMC, and I didn't actually look at this chart today, Samuel. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, Samuel, are you trading just straight shares, or are you trading options on this thing? I've seen a few people doing something like this, and I actually did this a week ago, I believe. But I mean, look at this volatility. This is the options chain. If you go 37 days out, oh, it's gotten terrible. Yeah, wow, AMC is over, I think. Wow, yeah. This used to be, the premium used to be a lot juicier for selling premium, but AMC is just cratered. Let's see, Luke says, you took AMD to the upside after we broke that first 5-minute candle with that huge volume push. Okay, on AMD you took the first. Let's take a peek. Luke, did you get a 2R winner out of that? Let's see what happened here. Let's see. Luke says after we broke that first 5-minute candle. Okay, wow. So you took, wow, Luke, nicely done. So you took the break of this high. Oh, but then did you get stopped on that next candle? I wonder if your stop was down here. Nice play though. Hopefully you made a little bit of money on that. That was a nice play. 5-minute, those little breakouts, they can be, as long as you stay mechanical, I like those, I like the breakouts. I'm going to flip over real quick. I just want to see what the Nasdaq is doing, /NQ, Nasdaq futures. So kind of the same story as the E-mini S&Ps. You can see we're just throwing that doji. We popped up this morning, sold off midday, rebounded, and now we're holding that 5-day moving average, which is super interesting to me. And then if we flip over to the /YM, let's take a look at the Dow, just see where it is. So the Dow is actually finishing right, is actually going to finish green, it looks like. Just a little bit, and just showing that doji again. It's just really interesting. Everything's just like, I imagine this to be like a game of Jenga where all the pieces are pulled out and it's like barely, it's really, really tall and it's just teetering and holding. And any little thing that's dramatic could knock it over. I have no idea when a correction is coming, but I'm curious to know what it is that's going to create that correction. Any ideas? What's everybody think? Throw something in the chat. What's going to tip the markets into a correction? Or are we just too strong and we're just going to keep going? That's, that's obviously the other question. Are we just going to keep running to the upside? I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I do have Super Chat turned on, just so everybody knows. It's always on. Yeah, Sammy, you're waiting. Yeah, it's just super interesting to see all this movement. I'm going to go /ES again here. Market's about to close in 30 seconds. Yeah, we're just going to have sort of a small red day out of the E-mini S&Ps. We're going to get that close here, about 15 seconds out. And if I hop over to TLRY, boy, look at that. TLRY spent the rest of the afternoon being bought up. It's just bid higher. All right, there's the closing bell. Market's closed. TLRY finished at 63.91, which is crazy. Wow, that's just, I can't believe it got bought up all the way back. Wow. And CGC was another one I was watching. A lot of people talk about, yeah, it's popping up there, throwing a big sort of high wave doji candle, which is super interesting. Wow. So I had this is a little off topic, but I traded an end phase. I sold a naked put in end phase last night, and it opened and pushed way up and was able to buy that put back at a really nice profit. So that was a play I had this morning early in my options account. And then the other one I played was Lemonade. Naked options in this, naked puts in this. I sold them on, I believe it was the 5th. And then we got this big push, which really helped the position. And then right before the close of the bell yesterday, I went ahead and bought that back for a profit. Would have been nice to hold into today, but what happened today is what I wanted to avoid, was this craziness, because when you sell a naked put option, you want volatility to contract and get smaller. And this might have caused a little drama and caused it to push a little higher and caused a volatility expansion, which would have hurt my position. So that's why I decided to exit out of that. Luke says, do you know how you could determine a similar risk-reward strategy with trading options? You know, Luke, I've thought about this. It's because there are multiple variables as far as you have price, you have the vega, which is one of the deltas, you have the speed of the movement, and you have volatility playing a role. All these things can cause options prices to swell and contract really quickly. One idea I've come up with, and I've never done it, so you guys might have to sort of guide me on this one or correct me, but I always thought if you pay, like let's look at AMD real quick, and let's go to the options chain, and let's just say that you were trading it for today, so maybe let's just say you traded the 2-day option, and you wanted to buy, let's say you bought a call. One thought I had was, if you buy, let's say you just paid $3. Let's say you bought the 89.50 call option, one contract. You paid $3, which is $300 because it's $3 per share for 100 shares. My thought was, and tell me if this could be workable, I haven't done this, but could you make your stop loss what you paid for the option and then make your target 2 times that? So you have a $3 stop, a $6 profit, or $6 target. If you paid, say you decided to buy the 83 call and say you paid $10, could $10 be your stop and $20 go ahead and be your take profit. Oh, how do we do the put? I've got a link on my channel. I can actually link that in a card in this video later. But if you want to know how to sell a put, what you would do is, like for example, let me come over to Lemonade. This is one that I've been trading a lot of. What you can do is, I typically will go into the next month, the 37 days. I'll come out here, and what you can do with the put is, and if you don't know what a naked put when you're selling the premium is you're basically giving someone else the option but not the obligation to sell you shares of a certain stock at a certain price on a certain date. So for example, let's say I sold the 120 put option. I would get paid somewhere between $6 and $6.50, so maybe $625 they'd pay me because it's 100 shares. I'd get paid that $625, and then if the stock drops below 120 and stays below 120 on expiration date, then I'm obligated to buy 100 shares from whoever holds the contract, the other side of the contract, at 120. So even if the stock's at 70, I have to buy it at 120. I have to buy those shares. Now, if it expires above 120, then I keep the $625 premium, and the contract just dissolves. It goes away. Nothing happens. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts, the simple naked puts, selling puts, not buying. I don't buy long options, calls and puts. I don't ever buy them. I'm always selling. So I like to sell premium. So what I did in Lemonade, for example, was I sold I think I sold the 110 the other day. It paid me about $6. I think it was $5.80 it paid me, and then I bought it back and closed the position early. I think I paid a couple dollars to close it. So typically, if I get paid $10, my goal will be to try to make a little more than half of that. So I'd want to collect $5 or $6 and then pay the remaining $4 to close out early and just keep the profits there, keep a chunk of the move. So that's basically what I do with the options. Mike, what did you do today? We got Michael and Michael Seif. We got two Michaels. Michael Seif, what did you trade today? And if anybody else joined the room that I don't know about, drop a 1 in the chat so that I know you're here. Let's go back to the charts real quick. And yeah, that TLRY chart was amazing. Any other stocks you want me to look at from today? This was just crazy. I just can't believe it. Also watching a little bit of Zoom. Zoom had a nice recovery of these moving averages with a really strong bullish candle. So this is sort of a nice sweeping move to the upside. Just some swing trades on Forex that are running, nothing really. Yeah, Michael, I think it was kind of a quiet day. I mean, I had a couple things going on. Like I said, I took off the Lemonade and the end phase puts. Didn't get triggered in AMD. I've got a couple small swing trades going. One swing trade in Zoom. Not a lot going on. I have another swing trade in VALE right now off of this little bounce here. So yeah, not a whole lot going on in the markets today. It's just been a little sluggish, a little pause feeling. If I go to /NQ, it's just, I just have this feeling that we're kind of waiting for something to knock it off its perch, because right now we're just sitting here. Who knows? Some shaky news comes and we correct back down to 13,000. I don't know. Or we get some good news, we blow forward and we create a new floor. I don't know. Samuel, when you say, can I guide you how to sell the put, you mean like the actual mechanics on Thinkorswim? On Thinkorswim, and I recommend just paper trading. Don't do this unless you've done it in the paper account first. But if you just come in here and pick out an option you want, you're basically just going to click the bid of whatever strike you're interested in, So if I click it like that, it'll tell me I'm going to sell one lemonade 110 put, and then I'll usually slide this to the mid price for $3.80. And you can't do it now because the market's closed, but then you just confirm and send, and then try to get a fill. And if you get filled, you'll get $380 cash, and then the clock starts. You got to wait till March 19th if you want, or there's a lot of instances of where you can roll the position around, you can close it early. You have a lot of options with it. They say with options, you never run out of options, right? All right, what else is going on? Any other stocks you want to look at? Oh, I had one announcement. Let me set something up here. Let me hop over to my. I want to show you guys something real quick. All right, I'm going to pop over real quick to the Facebook group. All right, drop a 1 in the chat if you can see the private Facebook group screen. If that's showing up, drop a 1 in the chat. Just let me know. I want to show you something real quick. All right, Luke, perfect. So if we look over here, I want to let everybody know, if you weren't in the live stream on Saturday, we got into talking about my backtesting spreadsheet. And so what I wanted to share with you guys is that I've created another announcement where I do the videos and the live streams when I announce all that. The announcements right now has this backtesting sheet. So if you click on this, it's going to take you to the backtesting sheet. This is the sheet that I told you all about that you would have access to, that I would share. And what you can do with this now, you can view this. You can't edit it. You can't edit this because I want everyone to have access to the same thing. I don't want anyone to inadvertently kind of screw it up. But you'll basically just come in here and highlight all the columns and rows, and then you'll be able to take this and copy it over. So if you just highlight all the cells, you can copy that, and then if I click in this win rate column here, you can see it's got the formula for everything. So I'll just explain it real quick. You got your date, which is self-explanatory. Your total R's, I just put a 1 in there right now. You know, obviously that's going to change as you backtest. But then stop loss, total profit, you'll put in this column here. I just put $10 in there to start. Your R value, really important. Stop limit amount, whether you won or lost. If you won, put a 1 in. If you lost, put a 1 in here. And then total trades, which if you put if I put a 2 in here, it'll update this, but then it'll calculate your win rate. So let's say you win 1 and then you lose 1. You can see the win rate will calculate 50%. So just copy these cells, go to your Google Docs, get your Google sheet out, paste it in, and you should be good to go. If you have problems with that, let me know, but this should work perfectly. So I'm going to close that out real quick, but that's where that lives, is right here. So feel free to take a look at that. It's in the announcements if you can't find it. I've just got, today's market update, and then Angelo Washier, I got to thank you for reminding me to post and to share the Google Sheet. I had forgotten about it, so here it is. Google Sheet there. Let's flip back over here. All right, what else do we want to talk about? Any other questions? Anything else we can do? Markets are sluggish and quiet. I feel like that was everybody's day. Just kind of sluggish and quiet. AMD didn't do a whole lot, and everything else is just sort of quiet unless you're trading the pot stocks. TLRY went nuts. So if you got into TLRY, fantastic. If not, you probably sat on the sidelines and just hung out. Just going through comments real quick, seeing if anybody's got anything going. Any questions from anybody? Anything you want to hash out? Luke, do I still use VWAP? I don't. I don't use VWAP anymore. That's a good question. I'm I've just kind of gotten away from a lot of, for my day trading, I'm not using any indicators, no moving averages for my day trading because I'm just taking the price action off that last candle. So that's all I'm doing there. And then as far as options go, I'm not using the VWAP for that either. I guess I would say with options, like if I looked at my lemonade trade, you know, I do like it when things, I guess a better example is VALE. I really like when we get a pullback into the 50 and then we get a curl with some movement to the upside, some strong movement to the upside. You can see this volume was a little larger on this candle that was extending up. That's a nice, that just shows that there's a little bullish momentum coming in, and then all three moving averages are underneath that candle action. So in that case, I kind of like that, but as far as the moving averages and things, I don't think I totally get into those very much. They're just to make sure I can kind of orient myself. Are we in an uptrend, downtrend? Sometimes I have the 200 simple moving average on there as well. That's helpful, but no more VWAP. I don't really use it very often. And that kind of wraps up the day. That's kind of it. Boy, the Dow rallied at the end, kind of pushed up there. But yeah, and let's see. Yeah, that's really it. Any other questions? We can wrap things up. That was a good half hour. Just wanted to close out the day with you all and chat with you just to see what you were trading today. If you have any other ideas or thoughts that you want to cover, we can get into that. Hey, there's Leonardo. Leonardo, welcome. You got the sheet good. So Leonardo, did it work okay? I just wanted to make sure that it didn't act funny or show you a bunch of different sheets that I have that you aren't interested in. No, don't be sorry that you're late. Leonardo, we were just going over the markets, talking about how things were just sort of slow, and that we're all kind of perched on that 5-day moving average. We're just kind of perched right here, whether it's the Nasdaq, the ES, or the Dow. Everything's just sort of perched. We're all kind of speculating on what might tip the markets into a pullback, or will we just bounce and go higher? Okay, good. So the sheets are all good. Awesome. That's perfect. Anything else from anybody? If you're new in the chat, if you just showed up here in a bit, and I don't know you're here, drop a 1 in the chat so I know you're here. I can say hi to you. But thank you, Leonardo, for showing up. Luke, Samuel, the 2 Michaels, Rod, good to see everybody in here today. Guy, who else? Luke's here, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, we'll see how things work out tomorrow. I'll get a video out for you guys on the AMD trade anyway. And I did want to let you know that soon the video on my interactive brokers settings, I'm going to have that coming soon. So I'm going to show you, I'll just open up my interactive brokers and kind of build my platform up as I use it. It's pretty simple, but there are some key settings that if you miss them, it can create a lot of problems, as you all know, because I've sort of suffered through all those problems trying to get things just right. But there are a couple of key items to show you that are easy mistakes to make that you shouldn't make, because they can just cause a lot of pain. So we'll get into that to hopefully tomorrow, the next day. We'll see when that one comes. I'm going to be out of town this weekend possibly, so I don't know if that video will be coming up in the next couple days or if we'll do it early next week. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. Thank you. Good luck to you as well tomorrow. We're just going to stay mechanical, though. Remember, just take your loss, keep it tight, make sure you're winning bigger than you're losing. We should all be good. All right, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up unless Leonardo has any questions or wants to talk about anything. We had upwards of 15, 16 people in the live chat in the live stream at one time. This was pretty short notice, so I appreciate everybody showing up. Yes, like a machine, Luke. No emotions. No emotions at all. All right, anybody have any other questions? Luke, are you good? Leonardo, are you good? I like catching up with all of you. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we get our pullback. If we do get a big pullback, our day trades should do fairly well because they're short. And then I'm going to start looking for volatility expansions to start selling puts into that weakness. Yeah, Leonardo, sounds good. We'll see you next time as well. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Stay safe tonight. Get your plans together for tomorrow. Do a little research. And then come over to the Facebook group. Drop your ideas. Let me know what you're looking at tonight. Like if you come up with a trade plan for tomorrow, come drop it in the Facebook private group. Let us know what you're up to. Always like to hear others' trading ideas. They're just super interesting. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. And I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream now. So have a great night, and we will see you all tomorrow.